This is Spotlight Omaha. Spotlight Omaha is a local podcast that highlights local businesses and influential movers and shakers in the Omaha business community. Spotlight Omaha is brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing. Now, from the Pyramid Contractor Studios, the host of Spotlight Omaha, Jimmy Allen.
Well, we're going to try this again. Welcome into the Spotlight Omaha podcast, where we take you around the city of Omaha, introduce you to local business owners, influential figures, and people who are making an impact in our community today. We are brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing. If your business isn't showing up at the top of Google searches, or maybe you need help with search engine optimization, or you want some explosive ads to show up on your social media page, pixelfiremarketing.com is here to help. Check out pixelfiremarketing.com for more details today. Joining us in the Pyramid Contractor Studio is Scotty and Jurgita Kalb with Zoomin and Goomin Pet Spa. Just a little peek behind the curtain here. We had some technical difficulties. For anybody that was just joining us, this is the second time that Scotty and Jurgita has come back because we had some issues then. But we do appreciate you guys making time for us today.
Thanks for having us.
Zoomin and Groomin Mobile Pet Spa, pretty self-explanatory. Scotty, can you tell people how you're helping pets in the Omaha area?
Well, we're providing an ultimate convenience for not only our clients, but our customers, their human customers, being able to show up at their doorstep, provide a high quality service that we can do in 7 days a week.
You guys are showing up at gyms, people's houses, people's place of work to do this business and give them convenience for their animals. Why is it such a big deal for you guys?
Oh, I think it's mainly geared towards the client. So as long as it's convenient for them, this is what we're all about.
You guys have had some hurdles getting this business started. It's cold outside, so it's a little bit tough to deal with. Can you talk about some of the struggles of starting the franchise out and why being a part of a franchise has helped?
Well, being part of franchise, it really it has an established backbone that we know has been successful in other regions. There's an infrastructure in place that we know we can rely on if we have any questions, and that infrastructure itself is going to help us grow. But some of those instances where we had issues is basically right from the beginning. Plugging into a GFCI into a wall is not really didn't really work out very well.
Sure.
So we found that out. So we dealt with that, adding insulation to the back of the van in various areas to ensure there's no freezing, and as well as adding any heated tape, especially with these extremely cold conditions as of late. So there's just a couple of the hurdles that we've come across.
Obviously, Zoomin Groomin is national, but you guys are the only location here in Omaha and the surrounding areas. Doing business in Phoenix versus doing business in Omaha, completely different for those reasons. How has the cold weather outside of those issues kind of affected the business, if at all? Or are you guys still seeing an uptick despite it being cold outside?
We're seeing a lot of requests for appointments. So I don't think the weather is really kind of affecting as much as we thought it would. But definitely being in Phoenix, Arizona sounds really good as of right now.
If there's a lot of snow, we're not going to put our employees at risk.
Sure.
But other than that, we'll be out and about.
When we talk about Omaha and Gretna and Elkhorn, the surrounding areas, Scotty, what's the furthest that the van travels to meet an appointment?
I think currently Gretna.
Okay. Is there any plan to maybe expand to Lincoln or anything like that in the near future at all?
Well, potentially.
Sure. Okay.
I think first and foremost we gotta
get a lot
add
of
more
questions from
vans.
Lincoln. That's
totally. We've had a lot of people reach out. Are you going to be in the area? Like, well, we hope so, but we only have one van. We hope to add a couple more vans in the near future.
Dogs and cats on the side of the van. That's the primary clientele right now. What are some of the animals that you guys are hoping to maybe add to the repertoire down the stretch?
Right now, we're focused on dogs and cats.
Okay.
And
maybe bunnies.
Maybe.
Yeah, sure.
We've had a request.
Scotty needs a haircut.
Or if I need one.
Why not?
Yeah. Well, when we talk about being open 7 days a week, you guys just added another groomer to the schedule that's going to allow you guys to be open on Saturdays. What are some of the benefits of having a day off? What are some of the benefits of making sure that you're available 7 days a week for your clients?
Well, we have 3 groomers, and we want to make sure we're not overloading them.
Oh, great point.
I think we don't want them to burn out. It's a very difficult, hard job, but they're really good at what they do. Total, they have over 38 years of experience, so they've seen everything that you've ever thrown at them. So they've dealt with it all. But first and foremost, it's about our groomer. It's a groomer mentality. We provide everything that they need to ensure that they can do their job, but also that they can perform at their highest, and that's with not throwing too much and having it all on their plate.
When you guys opened the business, was that kind of the thought process? Is we want to go out and make sure we get experienced groomers that know what they're doing and can provide the best service for our clients?
Yes, when we were hiring, we specifically asked for 2 and more years of experience.
Got more than that.
Yeah, we certainly do.
Yeah.
Yes, luckily, yeah. Our groomers are extremely experienced, and
Well, and I think another thing that we wanted to ensure is, obviously provide them with the opportunity to have a financial gain,
Sure.
every day, every week. But we really make sure we want to take care of. I mean, we set up regular appointments for them for massages, facials,
Oh, very cool.
to really
Okay.
make sure, hey, we care about you. So it's really about a groomer mentality, and we also offer them the ability to grow in whatever way, potentially how to run their business one day.
Well, and I mean, I think everybody looks at giving dogs a haircut as, oh, you're playing with pets all day. No, it's a little more rigorous than that. You got to
It is
stand on your feet. Your back is
yep, it is a
probably up
very
against stuff
physical
they do for
job.
the yeah.
Mhm.
What are some of the when you have that much experience? I'm sure they've got some thoughts on how the van is supposed to be set up. Was there anything that you guys had to maybe change the way the van is set up to better suit the groomers that you guys hired?
No, I think for right now, everything works the way the van came in.
Sure.
The way the setup we had off the bat, except for the challenges that we had,
The winter
the
conditions.
winterization
Except for keeping it
part of
winterized,
it.
yeah.
Yes,
It's the
and
winterization.
and making sure that they're comfortable while working in the van. So occasionally we have to open the door from the cabin so there is hot air coming in, and
Mhm.
especially on the last couple of really cold days, so they're comfortable and
Mhm.
are able to perform,
You
their best.
you guys are both still fully employed full time while
Correct.
running this business. Why was Zoomin Groomin the right fit for your guys' lifestyle to be able to maintain those jobs, those 9 to 5s, but also make money on the side and start a business and be entrepreneurs?
Well, they have the infrastructure
Mhm.
that we knew would help benefit us. They had the experience and knowledge as well. But I think it was the right opportunity for us because we've always wanted to have our own business, and it was definitely something in the area that was needed because there were not too many mobile grooming
Right.
businesses around here. So it just kind of fit us
And it's a
personally.
great idea.
It fits us personally. Plus, we have 2 small kids, so it's something that they can help with as well.
Sorry, you guys did you
No,
have something?
and it also gives us the flexibility to communicate with clients after the work hours.
Good point.
Mhm.
And you can
Yeah.
relate to them, right? Like if they're busy because
Yeah.
they're at a 9 to 5.
Correct,
We get
yes.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we go to our full-time jobs, we work, and
Yeah.
then and when we get home, we do the same thing.
When we talk about hiring people and going through that process, you mentioned there was some requirements on it. How difficult was it for you guys to start this business, get it up, purchase the van, go through all the weather issues, and then let somebody else kind of come in, take over the brand that you're trying to establish and hand it off to them? Is that something you guys struggled with at the beginning? Has it gotten easier for you, or has it always been pretty easy?
I don't think anything's easy.
Sure.
I think
Even your
anything with
first
the
check wasn't $1
business.
million and everything
No,
worked fine.
boy.
Weird how that works.
Yeah, no. I think with us, we consider ourselves Nebraskans, even though we may not have been here, super long. I'm over 20 years, absolutely, but not born here. But we have that mentality, and I think it all starts with that hardworking mentality that nothing's going to stop us, because we believe in what we do, and I think that belief, that customer service, that we want, those are some of those aspects that we want to make sure our employees had, because in all reality, our groomers are an extension of us and our
Yeah.
beliefs, and also provide really high quality grooms.
We're catching up with Scotty and Jurgita Kalb here on the Spotlight Omaha podcast, brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing and Pyramid Contractors, where we're currently having zero sound issues right now on this podcast. I want to talk about the Nebraska aspect and the Omaha aspect of it. One of the common themes that we hear from people that come in here, specifically people that maybe haven't been, or aren't from here or are new to the area, is there's always the Nebraska nice side of it, but you also kind of have to earn it here a little bit and gain people's trust too. Is that something that you guys have dealt with just a couple months into this venture?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep.
You know,
Mhm.
it takes time to build it up, and it takes time to keep it going.
Yeah.
You know, it really, we so far we've had really good clients, and they're able to leave us Google reviews at the end. We give
Please
them
do that. It helps out tremendously.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We do call them back,
Mhm.
and kind of check in with them to see how we're doing and if there's anything we need to do better. So there's always work in progress, and we're trying our best.
We're just a couple months into this venture, so obviously, return clients probably aren't the most frequent thing right now, just because it's only been a few months. But have you guys seen anybody that have rescheduled already, and what does that process kind of look like?
Yeah, we've seen them start rescheduling.
Mhm.
I think it has to do with not only the cold, but I think the biggest reason would be they're not too familiar with their own pets'
Needs?
needs
Okay.
or an own schedule.
Sure.
They may not be sure how far out they should book, so they kind of wait.
You guys know this about me. I have two dogs personally. Anybody that knows or follows me on social media, you guys probably see way too many pictures of my dog. But there is a noticeable difference in how much happier my dogs are after they've been groomed. Is that
Yeah.
kind of? I don't want to speak for everybody, and I can't say that's the same for all pets. But are you guys seeing that as well?
We saw that in our own pet.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely.
After Coco got groomed, he was the happiest he could have ever been.
It's
Or could
incredible,
have
right?
been.
Like,
He
just
looked
It
and
is.
felt like $1 million.
Yeah.
Yep, he ran
Mhm.
in circles, and he was super happy and tired.
Sure.
Ah,
That
That's a
is
good deal.
one kind of, I don't
No,
know.
they say
side
tired dog's a
effect.
good dog, right?
Tired pet.
What
After
kind of dog is
grooming
Coco?
people.
He's a lab.
He's a
Chocolate
lab.
lab.
Okay. What are some of the products that you guys use, and why are those the brands that you decided to go with?
Well, they're all natural,
Okay.
and so they're really sustainable in nature. There are a lot of just natural products that we use, oatmeal, that type of stuff. Like for
Oh, okay.
instance, in
Blueberry.
blueberry facial. So like in the conditioners and the shampoos, you have a lot of that natural element that we incorporate. That's really, really good for the hair quality and for that just the healthy coat in general.
And we
Mhm,
and we also consult with our groomers to see
absolutely.
what they've been working with and what helps, not to irritate a pet's skin
Sure.
or eyes and
Yeah.
all of that. So these are the shampoos and conditioners that we've
Mhm.
Because both
decided
my
to go
dogs have allergies.
Yeah.
I don't know how that happens, but
It
two
happens.
completely different types of dogs, same exact allergies. I don't know, but that's got to be a conversation, right? Is that like, walk me through the
It is.
process? I call 402-205 4322,
Sure.
and I'm booking an appointment for the first time. What does that process look like?
Well, the breed, the weight, any matting. How do they feel and have around groomers? Have they been groomed before? Have they done a mobile groom? A lot of that. A lot of those are the questions that we ask initially, and then then the client will just say, hey, they have an allergy or they have a disability, and then we can accommodate that for the
Sure.
most part. If they have a shampoo that is because of for an allergy, then we'll make sure we use that. We make sure it's noted and our groomer's aware of it. So it's very detailed.
Is that pretty frequent?
There's usually something. There really is.
thought maybe my dog
It's a
was
lot
just
more.
weird.
No. We've had a couple like for allergies, or we have more than a couple with disabilities, and
Mhm.
for instance, like maybe there's a dog with 3 legs,
Sure.
so we have like a harness that we can put them in so they can kind of hang.
I have a dog with one eye, so
Yeah, there you go.
I
So
gotcha.
I mean, it's meant to be there for any and all types of clients.
That's a great point. We talked about distance earlier. Mike in Valley on YouTube wants to know: do you guys come out to Valley? little bit further than Fremont.
Not yet.
Not
Okay.
yet. Yes, hopefully in the future.
We
Yeah.
do provide the opportunity for a discount if they want to come closer to Omaha area.
Might come to my house. I'll help you out. He said he's got a mastiff. Is there a weight requirement, or is there a dog that's too big?
We work with all weights.
Okay.
As of
As far as growth, we talked about expanding outside of Omaha, maybe adding a van. Only a couple months into the venture, though. Sure. How has the growth conversation gone? Where would you like to be 2 to 3 years from now?
I see us having maybe 3-4 vans by then.
Okay.
Yeah, and just supporting people live here in Omaha. And that is the main goal, just to be a reliable service for people that live here.
And I'd be remiss to not mention, to support our groomers. They're an extension of us, and they are who we are. And so we're not where we are without them.
What are some of the benefits that people have said or given you feedback for, maybe left on the Google review, about you guys coming to them versus having to load a dog up or a cat into a vehicle and dogs are much easier to transport than cats. But loading an animal up and taking them somewhere versus the ability to put them on a leash, walk them outside, and put them into a van with a 30+ years experienced groomer that can help kind of navigate those waters.
Well, and it's very convenient for someone who has multiple pets.
Mm-hmm.
Good point. Or kids.
Or they work at home. That gives them a chance, to stay close to their pet, communicate with the groomer throughout the process while they're at our care. And if need be, they can come out and be with their pet.
Sure, because separation anxiety for some animals.
Yeah, and I think you brought up a great point, and exactly what you said. The biggest thing I hear from our potential clients and current clients is, they're around other dogs and they don't really do very well. Well, you don't have to worry about that
because of most groomers. It's usually a packed house.
Yeah, you're there. That the furry client is with their mom or dad, their family. They're comfortable, and so they're
by themselves.
And they're by themselves.
Not caged,
they're not caged.
Sure.
It's open, and it's just a real great environment for our furry ones.
David in Omaha wants to know: do you guys do cats' nails?
We do that. Yeah, we do.
Website for people to check it out. You guys have a website?
Yeah, if on Facebook, we are at Omaha Central at Zoomin Groomin. .com. So if you can find us on Facebook, we have the links to our website there.
We're just getting a couple questions about specific breeds, and I'll leave those for you guys to answer there. So head over to the Facebook page for anybody that's asking about certain breeds of cats and dogs, because 2 of those I can't pronounce, and I'm not going to try to. What do we talk? You guys mentioned it. I mean, you guys are business owners. You guys are 9-to-5 employees. Your parents, your husband and wife.
Yeah.
You got a lot going on in life. How do you balance starting a business, opening a franchise, being mom and dad, being husband and wife, and kind of keeping your schedule normal?
Wow. I think time management, but I don't think we'd be able to do this without being married for so long.
Sure.
If I'm honest.
Great advice, by the way.
10+ years. So we kind of know our limits, but we wouldn't be doing what we're doing without each other's support and inspiration, or push. I think the big thing is push, because, owning a business and doing what we do is not easy. It's very, very difficult. But, we have that Nebraska mentality, in us, and it's not going anywhere.
Sure.
Just
because he was nice to you doesn't mean you got to be nice to him. You got the same question. How do you balance being mom, being a business owner, being a wife, being an employee?
It is still a surreal experience.
Yeah,
sure.
Sometimes I'm like, are we really doing this? Are we really in this kind of situation where we have to balance a lot at the same time? Somehow at the end of the day, it does work out. Yeah, there are days where we're really tired, and that's all we want to do is just go to bed. Including kids' activities and all of that.
You got to balance that.
It takes some scheduling, but I believe that everything is possible, and with communication with
we have a partner.
Yeah, we're catching up with Scotty and Jurgita Kalb here of Zoomin Groomin Mobile Pet Spa here on the Spotlight Omaha podcast, brought to you by Pixel Fire Marketing and Pyramid Contractors. People are clearly going to the Facebook page and asking questions now. Yeah. What is a blowout, and what all does it entail?
So a blowout, So, and this is pretty much for cats as well for the most part, but essentially you get a bath with shampoo, conditioner. We do a blueberry facial. And so that helps refresh and remove any stains around the face area. We then blow dry to help remove any loose fur and prevent matting. We then have our groomers brush out to help exfoliate, create a healthy coat. And then the biggest thing that kind of separates us is that, we're not going to fool around. We're going to just throw all the initial add-ons that others have as add-ons, but just have it included in the package. And some of those add-ons include nail trimming, ear cleaning, ear trim, teeth cleaning, as well as
which is huge for
it's huge.
Stuff,
And then nose and paw balm, which is it's essentially like a moisturizer chapstick, if you will, that goes on the nose and paw areas, especially in these conditions that we're experiencing right now, as well as in the summer. It does really well. And so all of that is included in the bath and blowout. And then you have the tidy trim, which is essentially all of what I just said, but with face, feet, and fanny trim. That's what it includes. And then you have the all over trim per the breed, as well as what the owner and the groomer discuss.
I have to ask, is fanny trim the technical term?
It is. The tidy trim is face, feet, and fanny. It really
Whoever
is.
came up with that, good call.
Yeah, I know. There's some other words you could use, but that's definitely perfect.
People are I apologize. We're having all sorts of sound issues.
Hey, that's okay. It's cold out.
Is there an overall price for that? Does it depend on weight, height, breed, etc.? What does that look like as far as price for a blowout?
Boy, it is mobile grooming is a little bit more, but you receive so much more.
I think people are asking about because large dogs, smaller dogs.
Sure, sure. So for instance, like a bath and blowout, or excuse me, like an all over trim, 10 pounds or less, $99. Sure. But your first time groom, you get a discount of like $10. It just depends on if there are many dogs.
So it is more expensive for a bigger dog.
Oh yeah,
okay,
absolutely.
That makes sense. People are asking.
Yeah, absolutely.
I assume, but I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Yeah,
so I wanted to ask. What is something that you didn't know about the day-to-day of doing grooming for animals that you know today that maybe you didn't a couple of months ago? Cats are hard to cut their nails, maybe.
Yeah. Cats are a lot to deal with, but our groomers can do it.
We've hit on a ton today already. We've now done this 3 times, and I appreciate
that's
you guys,
okay. No problem
patience. Is there anything about Zoomin that we haven't mentioned that people should know about?
Boy, I mean, we covered quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is you have a lot of hardworking people working behind the scenes, and we're here to represent not only ourselves but the state of Nebraska. Hardworking individuals providing good quality, and that's what we're all about. And you have a family behind the business that is there to kind of be there for the client.
And we have 2 other guests with us today that are off camera. You guys have 2 children.
Yes, we do.
With us today. How much do they know about what mom and dad are doing right now?
Oh, they know everything.
Sure.
I've been working on bandanas the other day, and
sure have.
they see everything what goes behind the scenes, and hopefully that's an example, that they need to work if they want to achieve something.
Yeah, it's hard work, and that's something that you just got to get used to, and that's what they're learning.
Is the thought process that one day maybe this is something you could hand off to them, or they're still pretty young? Is that just too far down the road that maybe hasn't even been in discussion yet?
Maybe.
Possible.
Okay.
Yeah. It's not out of the question.
Yeah.
Sure, so
Anything's possible.
Well, if you have a pet, they're a part of your family, and this is the family behind Zoomin Groomin Mobile Pet Spa here in Omaha. These are the Kalbs. If you have an animal that needs some TLC, or maybe you just want to spoil your dog or cat today, sign them up for a mobile blowout. The Pet Spa could come to your house. They'll work with you. Maybe you could stop by your gym or your business as well. If you're a business and want to provide this service to your employees, they're offering that as well. Check out Zoomin Groomin Mobile Pet Spa, Central Omaha, correct?
Omaha Central.
Omaha Central. On Facebook and book an appointment today. Guys, I appreciate you coming back and doing this for a second time and weathering the storm literally and figuratively with us. We will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. here on the Spotlight Omaha podcast, hopefully having less technical difficulties. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you in the morning.
Thank you.